Are you guys ready for today's quiz? 2 questions. No computer, no books, right? Need a small piece of paper, that's fine. No, of course not. I said no computers, no books. I'm worried about you. If you didn't hear me say that, you probably didn't hear me say the stuff that's on the quiz. Just need a little one. It's going to just take two short answers, right? And I don't want us to have to cut down any more trees than we absolutely have to. Somebody might take and burn it, create more CO2, cause the globe to warm some more or something. Yeah. That's what they tell me, I guess. Gal that used to teach up here, and she was kind of a Bernie Sanders type of person. But we get in discussions. We got discussing climate change one time, and she pulled me close and she goes, "I got to tell you something, Byron." She goes, "I'm kind of in favor of climate change or global warming," I guess is what she said. It's probably one of those days when it was 40 below zero outside, yeah. Okay, question number 1. What type of entity is the only one that must pay taxes? Easy. Question number 2. What type of entity, or what's the name of the entity that we say is double taxed or subject to double taxation? Pass them down to the left. Bonus quiz. I'm going to go over the answers after I collect your guys' answers, just briefly anyhow. A little teaching moment, so. Okay, what type of entity is the only one that must pay taxes? C Corp, yeah. The teaching moment there is a little bit that other entities can choose to pay taxes like a C Corp. Legally, they can. You could be an LLC and you can choose to pay taxes like a C Corporation. You could be an S Corporation and choose to pay taxes like a C Corporation. I think both of those could choose that. Would they? Not normally. There's times when maybe. You know, our corporate tax rate is 21%, right? Anybody know what the marginal tax rate is for income taxes? It's in the 30s, isn't it? Yeah. So conceivably, right, if you're a pass-through entity, and you're passing through that income, the owner in that case may have to pay taxes at that marginal rate of 33%. There's conceivably some reasons you'd keep it in a corporation or an LLC and elect to pay taxes like a C corporation, okay, or S corporation that elects to pay taxes like a C corporation. So there is some reason that some companies might, or some people might choose to do that with their company or whatnot. Okay, question B, what type of entity do we say is double taxed? Well, I stumped everybody. I tricked you guys. C corporation for both of them. And why do we say it's double taxed? Because C corporation is the only entity that must pay taxes, right? And then what happens when they distribute those taxes in the form of either dividends or maybe capital gains at some point down the line? Then the people that would own that also have to pay taxes on that. Okay, so key tax things, obviously those are big things when you determine what type of entity you'd probably choose. Again, when I had lawyer and accountant in talking to my small business management class, they said, most, small businesses today are kind of right off the bat, generally, probably like 90% of them creating LLCs. That seems to be the most common form. In our area, you will see a lot of C corporations for farms and ranches. Okay, the reason for that is that there's kind of a little loophole in there that farms and ranches, you can deduct if somebody has to be out there and mind the farm and mind the equipment and take care of all that, right? So they're living out there. You can deduct those living expenses. You wouldn't otherwise be able to, right? Okay, no other entity would be able to deduct those, but as a C corporation, they can deduct those living expenses. So, a typical farm family living out there might have another $30,000 or $40,000, $50,000 per year that they can actually deduct from their income if they choose that C corporate, okay, type of an entity. So we see that a lot in our area. We'll see it with farms and ranches, but not small businesses. It's just a different deal. It doesn't fly with small businesses. I don't think even if you live above the store, for example, I don't think that works. So why? Tax laws. Okay, anybody have any questions on the project? What we were on there? We were on to additional inputs and sales forecasts. Any general questions about those? Everybody's got the amortization period to 1 and your taxes at 0, right? Okay. Any questions on the sales for? Any questions on Chapter 8 assignment? All that's due Friday, right? Okay, and then what happens Friday night? Volleyball at the Armory Gymnasium. So no matter what the weather is outside, although it's supposed to be nice Friday, we're supposed to be above average temperatures next week now. So,
That's average.
huh?
That's average.
For this time of year, probably low 60s, maybe high 50s, low 60s, I would say. So I think they're predicting in the mid 60s. So next week, so sunny. We'll get some more golf in. All right, that's all I got for today. So you guys can get on with your